Hey, you guys. This is Kingdom Living Ministry 771's Facebook page. If you guys didn't know about this, I do share a lot of things on here, and it's just a way for me to stay connected with you guys when I'm not uploading videos on my YouTube channel. And I also encourage you all to share dreams and visions that you may be um, receiving as well. Any news articles that you want to share, you can definitely do so on this page. So, the reason why I am coming back with another video is because the Lord gave me a vision very early this morning. And I sat on it because I didn't know. I didn't know what to do with it. I've been thinking about it all throughout the day, and I got off work, and I called my friend, and I usually talk to her about dreams and visions the Lord has given me, and she does the same with me. And I began to tell her what I saw. In this vision, it was so brief. It was like a glimpse almost. But I saw like a ball of, the only thing I can come up with is it was like a ball of energy, or like a ball of power. And I know that may sound strange, but that's the only thing I can come up with because I can't describe what I saw. But it was like a ball of power, of energy. And there were certain areas within this ball that had red spots, almost like if you were looking at a map, and how certain spots on the map would be red, like hot spots, or giving a indication of something very critical, or an alert, or warnings, or something that was going to be very devastating. The red would alarm you. And I saw this red in certain spots within this ball of energy, this ball of power, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, but that's all I can make of it. And I began to, when I was pulled out of it, I was laying in my bed, half asleep, half awakened, and I could hear in my spiritual ear, because I was trying to figure out what was that. And I could hear in my spiritual ear, "This is California." And then I heard, and this is paraphrasing because I didn't write this down when I heard it, but it was along the lines of, "This is California. The earthquake will come to California very soon." And when I heard that, because I was still half asleep, I kind of fell back into the vision again, and it was showing me again this image of a ball of power, or a ball of energy. And that's all I can remember. As I'm sharing this with her, she was like, "Oh my gosh, Veronica, you won't believe what all has been going on." She tells me about this video that was on Fox News that I hadn't even heard about. And I'm going to share this video in a minute. She was telling me about a conversation she was having with a couple of people about earthquake, about California. And so what I'm saying is, for me to share this with her when I did, it gave her confirmation because she literally was having conversations about this very same thing. I think she said a friend of hers was sharing a dream that they've had about an earthquake, about the California earthquake. And I know my friend in particular that I'm speaking about, she has had multiple dreams about this as well. So I just wanted to share this with you all. I I am I don't know what to say. I just when she when she told me about all of the things that's been going on today, and then here it is, I share this vision with her. It was like a fire just was lit under my feet. Like, you have to share this now. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm being obedient. So I want to go ahead and share this video. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video if you hadn't seen it, because I didn't see it, you guys. And it's so interesting that the things that they're saying, that he's saying in this news broadcast, is some things that I noticed was mentioned in the movie San Andreas. The movie San Andreas, with The Rock, and how it was a movie depicting this major earthquake that hit California. Um, but I just had to share this. Um, Let me know what you guys think. If you've had similar dreams or visions that the Lord has been giving you about this, please feel free to comment. But I really don't know what else to say other than what I just said to you. I just really believe that the Lord wanted me to share this with you all, so that's what I'm doing. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this video now, but I'm just going to let this video end when this actual video right here finish playing. I love you guys. I do have another dream that I want to upload. I will try to do it today. If not, I will upload it tomorrow. I love you all. I'm praying for all of you. Please continue to keep me in prayer. And you guys just continue to look up, because Jesus is coming very soon. God bless you all.
Shoals in the New Yorker this week. And frankly, if I lived right now in the Pacific Northwest, I'd be considering moving. Seriously. The gist of it is this. The federal government estimates 13,000 Americans will die in a major earthquake and tsunami in the Pacific Northwest. It's not a question of whether, but when. This earthquake is coming, and it's overdue. Consider that the magnitude 9.0 earthquake in Japan, just a few years ago, remember that? Killed more than 15,000 people in the north of Japan and injured thousands of others. Seismologists say that the quake that will strike on our Pacific Northwest coastline should be even stronger, and up to a 9.2. They call such a quake a margin rupture quake, and it's every bit as bad as it sounds. Here's the reason for it. Our entire continent sits on the North American tectonic shelf, right? Plate, I should say. Off the coast of the Pacific Northwest, from the top of Washington State all the way down to northern California. This is it. And another plate called the Juan de Fuca is trying to slide up under North America, but it's stuck. We have an illustration over here in the big wall. Let me show you what this is. This is our continent here. These are the Cascada Mountains. This is the Cascadia, what do they call it? The Cascadia what? The Cascadia Bridge. I was actually asking him, but thank you. The North American plate here and the Juan de Fuca plate here. This one's sliding up under, and eventually this is going to go down, send a huge wall of water up. That wall will go all the way over to Japan, and the other will come onto our shore within 15 minutes. And when it slips, it will unleash not only a colossal earthquake, but also that tsunami. 700 miles long, and in some places up to a 100-foot high wall of water and whatever it's pushing, like houses and dump trucks and schools. Thousands and thousands will not escape. The New Yorker quotes a FEMA official who says, and I quote, "Our operating assumption is that everything west of Interstate 5 will be toast." Everything west of Interstate 5 is gone. That's Seattle, Tacoma, Portland and Olympia, Salem and Eugene, wiped out. Altogether about 7 million people. That's not including tourists. So think of summertime. The New Yorker reports that FEMA Other calculations indicate the disaster will damage or destroy about 1 million buildings, including 3,000 schools and 1/3 of all fire stations. And perhaps the worst part of all of this, these sorts of earthquakes happen at regular intervals in exactly this part of the world, have forever. On average, according to seismologists, about every 240 years. So when was the last one of these massive 9.2 or so earthquakes? Well, the last one was more than 300 years ago, the year 1700. It struck in the Pacific Northwest and sent a 600-foot wave of water all the way to Japan. So right now, on average, the Pacific Northwest is decades overdue for the really, really big one. Michio Kaku is a physicist and professor at City College of New York. This article is stunning. Is it overstated in any way?
No, the Cascadia Fault is an earthquake waiting to happen. We know it's going to happen with an energy 30 times the maximum energy of the San Andreas Fault. So Hollywood has us brainwashed into thinking the big one is going to be in California. No, the Cascadia Fault would pack energy 30 times the energy that the San Andreas Fault can muster.
The article speaks of a liquefaction of the earth, that part of the earth will turn to liquid.
That's right. We're talking about major energy surges inside the ground that'll cause it to liquefy. We've seen that in Japan. We saw that at Fukushima, and it's almost like quicksand. One day you're walking on solid ground, the next you're falling right into a quicksand.
This earthquake would last 4 minutes or more, the rattling and the shaking, and then within 15 minutes they estimate this wall of water. In the entire inundation zone, you could have water up to 100 feet high.
That's right. And in the inundation zone, we have 70,000 people that have almost no clue as to what could happen. You know, in Japan, you have to live with earthquakes every day. Children go through tests and drills. People are conscious of this. But in the Pacific Northwest, it barely rates on the radar screen.
There's something that happens before the shaking that we can sense, that sensors can pick up. That's an early warning system that they have all over Japan, especially in the north and in the Tokyo area. They've been trying to get it pushed through, looking for money for it in the Seattle-Tacoma area, nothing.
That's right. Before the earthquake actually hits, there's a compression wave that is detected by animals, for example. Animals start to act very strange, and we've seen that happen before earthquakes. And then 2 minutes later, boom, you head for the hills because there's nothing left to do except to go to high ground.
You mentioned what this sort of event has caused in history.
That's right. In the year 1700, there was a massive earthquake and tsunami which surged over Japan. And then running the videotape backwards, you can actually see that in 1700 it originated with the Cascadia Fault. And then we physicists can calculate the energy, the magnitude, the dynamics once we got these two events linked together. And that was only done in the last decade or so.
And you mentioned Mount Everest.
That's right. Mount Everest is also created by the collision of two faults, just like what we have here. The one fault going under, the other fault going over, and that created the Himalayan mountains. That created Mount Everest. That's the power packed by the subduction zone earthquake.
Okay. Averages of when things are going to happen are really not very reliable. I think they use by example, the difference between 4 and 6 is 2. I forget exactly how they did. We can't be sure exactly when this is going to happen, but we're positive it's going to happen. If you lived in the Pacific Northwest, you had little kids, would you live there?
I'd think twice. I would have to drill them, just like what they do in Japan, be part of their life in terms of having an emergency kit, where to go in case of an emergency, what to do, what frequencies to go to, and so on and so forth. And by the way, we know that this is going to happen because by simply drilling into the seafloor, we can see evidence of ancient tsunamis going back 10,000 years. And we know that
how many over that period?
41. Which means that the time between the cycles is about 240 years.
Wow.
And it's been 315 years since the last big one. Now, of course, this is not rigorous, it's not absolute. But according to this figure, we could be overdue for another big one.
Yeah, by many decades. It's nice to talk to you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Really weird and scary.
That's right. And, within the lifetime of some of our viewers, they may see Seattle and Portland destroyed.
It's a great article at the New Yorker. It's in this month's edition, and spectacularly well written. And the facts that go along with it they're really sort of mind-numbing. See you soon. Thank you.